Look at how far back you're playing.
Yeah, that's true.
Look at that. You're playing so far back that even though Nico hits her stuff, the only thing you can do is hit your...
Or
Again,
defensive.
again. She hits the root again, and look at how you're playing behind the Nico. This should have been winning the lane, but you're clicking back and not doing anything. But yeah, you're
I know
stuck in
that.
this lane so long because you just didn't recall in 340 when you should. Let alone the fact that you could, like, die if you stay with low HP and no mana, right? But... See, like, things like this. Oh my god, what's that spacing? Well, I did predict that you were gonna die, right? You don't have a shotgun, you don't do any more damage if you're closer.
I am speaking during it too, if you want to have like my thought process during certain parts. Like if you're wondering what I was thinking.
So what's the point? Think about it, right? What's the point of not leashing if you're gonna just not hit the wave at all and just wait until the enemy comes and not even poke them either? So you basically did the same as if you had leashed. You didn't hit the wave, you didn't zone the enemy, you didn't poke them from the bush. So what was the point of not leashing and being in the bush?
Yeah, I agree. I realized that about once the wave was almost dead, so that's why I popped out and started hitting it, but it was a little slow reaction on that part.
You have three options when you don't leash, okay? Come to a third bush and like cheese them from bush. You can hit the wave early to begin pushing fast. Or you can walk in front of the wave and then simply zone them without hitting them. So this one is impossible with your comp because they would win level 1 if you do that. So this is the one that you would do if you have, for example, a Draven or like Kalista. Kalista does this every time. So Kalista double Halo Blades bot lanes. Ashe, for example, don't know if you remember, like Varus Ashe, both with Halo Blades, Ashe support, Varus ADC. They would do this. They would just walk in front of the wave and not let you get close to level 1. With your comp, your Botlane doesn't do that, but you had those two options still, right? You could either hit the wave a little bit, so you guarantee the level 2, or you at least damage them from the bush before they come to a lane, and then you just throw your spells here, and then you just walk back and start hitting the wave, right? But you didn't do either. You just let them come and do nothing. Look.
Yeah, I waited till like see I I did it about half health. I realized I was messing up.
So either hit the wave or hit them. And when you're playing double mage, by the way, you wanna play like divide the lane in two, like left and right. Not just double mage, anytime you're a poke bot lane. You can't be both in the same side like you're now, that's really troll. You always wanna be like one on each side. That is
Okay.
way more zoning for the enemy. The reason is, in League, range is a circle, okay? When you have a person here, the range of this person is a circle around them, okay? So you gotta move this circle here, so that we have this, and then they get zoned more. Because it's not a threat at all. Kaisa can walk up a lot without being... And another thing you never want to do is like walk behind the Nico. Sometimes you're walking behind her.
Don't walk behind Nico.
Right, so look at this. A lot of the time you're behind her, see? But it also happens after this.
Oh, like right here.
No, it happened
Oh.
here, look. After you last hit the first minion.
Yeah, like I should be beside her, but like on the on the left side. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, you should be like the same lane
Yeah.
as her.
Yep.
Otherwise you're not pressuring the enemy at all. What the...
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah. So like I dropped down all the way to gold, and then it started me off in like silver, I think. So probably that's explains why Braum just did that.
You would be surprised. I could see like a master serial P ROM doing that. So your movement here is really bad as well, right? So like right now, the enemy support has no summoners, the enemy botlane has less HP in total than you, and they have no cooldowns on Braum. So like there's no way you should ever walk back. See your mouse here, how you're clicking back? This is a low elo player. This is a low elo player, okay? Because this guy has no cooldowns, no HP, and you're gonna get level 2 before the enemy, and you're clicking back. So that's like totally low elo, right? You're supposed to click forward and zone them and be aggressive because no summoners, no flash, no ignite, both low HP. Look at how you're walking back here. Any challenger Hui would be hitting these minions here and just pinging on my way, and like zoning the Kaisa away. This auto attack from Kaisa would get me killed in challenger because the enemy would get level 2 and they would be both like far up. See how you're super far back than Nico? Like it's completely legal that this case is allowed to walk up here with half HP, with them getting level 2 after you if you had just hit these minions, and with the Braum having no summoners. It's like so illegal that she's allowed to hit the minions. But you're just clicking behind for no reason. You're like being scared and running away.
Okay.
You need to track the cooldowns of the enemy, and more importantly, you're not bronze. You're supposed to know that when you get level 2, you're stronger and play for level 2. Bronze players know this. You should know this. So you shouldn't be walking back when you're about to get level 2. Now, they are gonna get level 2 because you never hit the wave. That's the point. Especially if you zone them, because if you zone the Kaisa, she can't hit the wave to get level 2 herself. So yeah, this is like,
And like
it should have been, this Kaisa should have lost both summoners. Look at how far back you're playing.
yeah, that's true.
Look at that! You're playing so far back that even though Nico hits her stuff, the only thing you can do is hit your like long range.
Yeah, and Kaisa's so
Look
low, and I'm
again,
playing
look,
so defensive.
again. She hits the root again, and look at how you're playing behind the Nico. Why are we playing so far away? The case is 1 HP and you're playing super far away, and the Bron has no summoners. And you saw Listen on a ward in the Raptors. You know where he is?
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at Listen. See? He went left. He's not coming, okay? He can't. So this ward, first of all,
This
is
ward,
like a
yeah.
low ward because we saw him walk up, and even if he did come, the only path he can come through without being seen. So if he comes like this, he will get spotted by mid lane. This as well. He would get spotted by Yasuo. Here he would get seen by the ward. So the only path he could take to bot lane is this. So this ward is super bad because you should ward like in this bush instead, because that's the only path he can take. If you're enjoying this content, did you know you can get unlimited access to 900, yes that's right, 900 full-length coaching sessions in my Patreon? They include all roles, regions and elos for almost every single champion in the game. Whether you're a support Sona main in Bronze or a top lane main in Master who plays Kled, there is very likely a session for you that you can watch in my Patreon. Not only it's very cheap, but also Patreon pays for itself if you schedule a session, because you get a 20% off discount code for my Metafy sessions. Now let's continue with our video. But even then I wouldn't even ward like it. He's not coming. But yeah, like look at how far behind you're playing on the Nico. Look, she hits the root and we don't do anything. And then the next root we also don't do anything. You're so scared, look.
I didn't even end up warding either, actually, because I think I
But
kind
do
of
you
realized
see
that.
how far away you are? This guy is 2v1, okay? This is 2v1. Look at this. You're like out of the picture completely. I would understand if you were low and they were high HP and they had all the cooldowns, right? But read this game state. You're full HP, well not full, you're high HP, really low HP, no summoners on this guy. See that? Look at your head here. You're walking behind, so your head, when your head looks in a direction, that tells you where the mouse is clicking, right? So for example, this guy's head is looking this direction, that means his mouse clicked somewhere here, okay? So this tells me you just click somewhere here. What worries me is like how many clicks you're doing back. Like there's so many clicks behind you that make no sense, because like you should be super aggressive here. A lot of League is not about skill, okay? What I mean by that is similar to chess. Even if you don't play chess, you will understand this. Let's imagine like a chessboard, whatever. A queen here, okay? I don't know how to draw a queen. Bear with me. That's a queen, okay? Oh my god.
Okay.
Even if you're playing against the best player in the world, even if you're playing against Hikaru Nakamura, if he doesn't have any pieces that can move to that queen is not gonna die, okay? It's not like he can 360 no scope headshot the queen. He has to have a piece that can physically move there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. League is the same. So in Valorant, you can get like randomly headshot by a pro player even if they have a pistol and they're 1 HP, you can still die. But League is not like that. There's no skill involved here. Even if this guy was a pro player, literally if this guy was Kumayushi, you should still play here. There's nothing he can do physically, okay? That's why these clicks are so bad that you're so scared. What are you afraid of? There's literally nothing that can happen to you. It's impossible, okay? Look at where you are when your support hits this route.
Yeah, I'm so far back.
I would be so tilted if I was Nico here. I'm doing the chess player thing, which is I'm thinking many turns ahead to think of the kill. So what would have happened here, what should have happened, is that this guy should have burned summoners and backed away. With that, you could have pushed this wave and then pushed the next one. After pushing the next one, you would TP back to lane, you know, back and TP back to lane. Now you tell me, what happens when you crush a wave under the enemy tower usually?
Oh, it's gonna come towards me.
Yeah. So then the situation we're gonna have is, read the map, okay? This is the situation. 1, she would burn summoners. 2, you crash this wave and the next one as well, right? So 2 waves, back and TP. 3, when you TP back, why do you TP back to lane? Because the enemy wave bounces back, right? So if you don't TP, it's gonna crash under your tower. But you catch it, so you freeze it. That's why you TP. And then 4, what happens with the freeze? Shaco's bot say, look at this, no camp stop. He can only have camp bot. That means he's gonna stay bot for now. So then Shaco gank. And why is the Shaco gank so good?
Because the wave's gonna be frozen near our tower.
And this guy would have burned summoners, and this
No
guy has no
sums.
flash. Okay?
Yep.
So we have a gank with a freeze and no sums. Okay?
Mhm.
So if you're a high-low player, all of these 4 steps you already thought about when this guy got rooted. It's over. As soon as this guy got rooted, I know I won the whole lane, because this is what you gotta understand about this sequence is that when this guy got rooted, even if he was a pro player, all of this would have happened, and there's nothing he can do to prevent it. Nothing. You can put Gumeyoshi here. If he gets rooted and you do these steps, nothing he can do. That's what you gotta understand. There's no outplay possible. And this is what you do every single game, by the way. You crash the wave, you recall, then freeze it, then the enemy has no summoners, then you ping your jungler to come, then it's GG. It's just so free. This should have been winning the lane, but you're clicking back and not doing anything. Okay, she still burns flash, no barrier though. By the way, if she burned flash without you hitting, probably she could have even died. Although
I'm
listen is
noticing a
top
lot of
though.
like me just like kind of clicking backwards still.
Yes,
That's
even though
something I
she's
have to
1
pay
HP.
attention to.
She's 1 HP and listen is top. I mean, I wouldn't even bug at this point. I would probably just kill her under tower, actually. But listen is top right now and you're like super scared. Yeah, why are you this far away?
I hate
What the
it. I hate
hell?
seeing it now. Yeah.
She's 1 HP
Uh,
with no flash. I don't know why we're so far. And listen is top. And even if Listen wasn't top, what's he gonna do? He can't kill you anyway. You know,
yeah.
if Listen came, it would still be only a 2v2 with Rom with no flash. Like, he couldn't ever kill you anyway. I don't know, there's like nothing they can do ever here. You're pushing so slowly here as well. You should have pushed this so much faster so that she loses the minion sooner. No, why would you? Do you know the cannon wave timers? This is totally trolled by you. You should have backed here.
Okay.
So tell me, how often do waves spawn on the Nexus?
Every 3, like the every 3 waves is canon. I don't know at what point in
Okay,
the
okay,
game that it's always canon.
okay, so let's think about it. You need to know these timers if you want to play this. Okay, it's really, really easy. Do we care about when they spawn in the Nexus? Not really. We care about when they reach the lane, right? That's the time we're gonna use, okay? We're not gonna use
Yeah.
the time that they leave the base. We're gonna use the time that they meet each other in the center of the lane. This time, okay? When they meet here.
Okay.
Which is the same for all 3 lanes. It's really simple. You just gotta know the first cannon wave time. If you know the first cannon wave, you know everything. So the first cannon wave is 2:30, okay?
Leaves the Nexus or meets
No,
in
no,
the
meets
lane?
in the lane. What I want you to remember is just 3 numbers, okay? If you want, write them down. The 3 numbers are really simple. It's 4, 7, 10, okay?
Okay.
And then you just add whatever is in between. So between 4 and 7.
Okay, so that would be 5:30?
Yeah, perfect. But because 5:30 is not a round number, it's easier if you just remember 4, 7, 10, and then just think the ones in between. Anyway, why do we care about cannon waves though?
Because they take longer to push, and you lose less CS if it shoves under your turret.
Yeah, so it is a good time to recall right before the cannon wave comes. So usually you want to push the pre-cannon wave, the wave before cannon, you want to push, and then recall when the cannon wave is coming. Okay, that's the best time to recall. Now look at the time. Right now it's 3:49, in case you can't see.
Yep, that's the cannon win.
Yeah, we should be backing, and it's free, right? The only moment in which you would still do this is like, if you need an item, it's fine, right? I don't know, you're playing DC, you have 1100 gold, sure, stay for the cannon so you get BF, okay? If you stay for this cannon wave, you're gonna be forced to burn TP, essentially.
I do really want to ward though.
Notice that the other thing is like, this is what I want you to understand. You might be under the impression that this is still worth because you did crash the wave under tower. However, because the next one is not a cannon wave, that means the Kaisa probably can crash it under your tower before you come back, and you will not lose a minion probably, but you won't be able to freeze it. If you had recalled in the pre-cannon, then when you come back to the lane, you can most likely freeze it, and you just win the lane off of that. It's not about losing minions here, you're probably not gonna lose minions, but see how she catch the wave, right? Oh, see, and
I
you
think I was
realized,
thinking of staying.
yeah, see how you got stuck in the lane. The reason this is so awful is like that somehow is making you stuck in the lane, right? So that's a good indicator that you fucked up somewhere. The fact that even though she was 1 HP a whole lane, she's the one that has you stuck in the lane. That makes no sense, right? I'm gonna explain how power works in League, right? So the way the power scaling works in League, people think that you just get, let's say you're blue, she's red, okay? People think that power over time, okay? So, you know, you get stronger over time like this, but it isn't like that. It's more like this.
When you buy.
Right. You don't get any power until you level up or buy, right? Let's say you have 500 more gold than the enemy, okay? However, if you're offset, what can happen is the following. Even though she has less gold than you, if she gets that power before you like this, notice that she has less gold every time, but even though she's less powerful every time than you, there's always this window of time in which she's stronger for a bit. See that?
Yep.
So what we want to do is the opposite, right? If you're the one deciding when to reroll and stuff, the opposite will happen. So it's gonna be like this. So now,
I think in this situation, I was thinking that I did mention it too. As like, I don't think she had that much gold to even buy anything with, anyways. So I was still comfortable
it's not just
staying in
gold though.
lane.
No, but it's not just gold. It's also mana. You're useless with no mana, and it is still like she bought like for sure she bought at least a longsword. That's enough to be stronger than you. So if you do this that I'm saying here, it's the opposite. See how if you are the one regaling first, see how she's always weak at every point.
Yeah.
So right now she's stronger than you. More mana, more items. What that means is that the person who is stronger will decide more over, like, you know, CSing with management poking. Yeah, we're stuck in the lane for no reason. We should have regaled much sooner.
Yeah, I mean, like, I do have 2 biscuits and
No, biscuits
noise.
give no mana anymore.
Oh, I thought they give mana, but like not
No,
max health. Or sorry, but not max mana. I thought they just
no.
gave mana. I think they restore some mana.
No,
I could be wrong. No?
there.
Restore 12% of your missing health. Okay. Yeah, so it's literally only health now.
Yeah, we are stuck in the lane.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I don't even know you should go cookies now. I think you should go cosmic insight from now on. Like you should do this, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like I'd have to agree with you then, honestly.
When you
Yeah.
have a tier champion you want to recall earlier. But yeah, you're
I
stuck
know
in
that.
this lane so long because you just didn't recall in 340 when you should, man. The reason it's so bad is that it reduces the amount of time that you can punish her, right? She has like a free lane now because you have a Hoi with no mana, no items, and no HP. Let alone the
Yeah.
fact that you could like die if you stay with low HP and no mana, right? But see, like things like this. Oh my god, what's that spacing? Well, I did predict that you were gonna die, right? You're dead now. Wait, no flash? Ah! Somebody fucked up here, right? You should have died. 1, 2. But your spacing though, like half this session I've been telling you how you should be clicking forward instead of back and how bad it is that you're clicking back.
Now I should be clicking back.
Can I use a shooter game metaphor? Do you play any shooter games?
Yeah, you can.
Which one?
Hunt Showdown, Call of
The fuck is
Duty,
that?
Valorant.
You just made that up.
No, Hunt Showdown's a game. It's a game.
Pause you reload, whatever. Let's you reloading. What do you do when you're reloading or recharging a
Take
reload?
cover.
Yeah. Why?
So you cannot get shot and you're useless with no shots to
Yeah.
do. So
We could very easily draw a parallel there with like cooldowns on your mage, right?
yeah.
In League we don't have get cover. What do we have?
Running back,
Right,
bushes,
getting
tower.
out of range is like the equivalent, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna show you very telltale sign of like whether somebody's Halo or low Elo is their mouse, whether they. It's very simple, okay? In a shooter game, if I shoot a sniper bullet and I stand still after shooting the bullet, you will know that I'm bad at that game.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to instantly move until you get the next bullet. No matter how small that reload time is. In League, if I out-attack someone, or if I cast a spell, both out-attacks and spells have a cooldown. So any Challenger player, any Halo player, not even Challenger, any Halo player, when your out-attack is coming out or your ability is coming out, in both of those cases, the champion head will be immediately looking back. That's what we call spacing. Here, your mouse is always on Kaisa and clicking forward when you're in between each cast of an ability and cooldown. Look at that, see? Not once your champion looked back. And that is why, by the time you finally turn back, look at how close she is to you now.
Yeah.
We started here, by the way. We should never reactively space. So we should do what's called preemptive spacing. So there's 2 ways to space and click back. You can click back preemptively as soon as your ability finishes casting, or you can see the enemy coming to you and then click back.
Yeah, this was I think is what I was doing in the beginning of the game, but I should have known that I shouldn't be doing it in that situation.
Not necessarily. In the beginning of the game, you weren't spacing, because spacing implies that you're at the max range. No further than that until you cast an ability.
Oh, okay.
You were always out of that range. It's sort of like in astronomy, like you have the Goldilocks zone. Do you know what that is?
Okay, no, I know what you're saying. You're kind of like hovering around that max range.
Yeah, where it's the only place where
Like
like
you're
water is liquid, right? So spacing is kind of the same. You're supposed to be at that max range where you can hit them, but they cannot hit you. Here, you're like Mercury. You're like too close. You're
I'm
too close.
evaporating.
And in the beginning of the game, it was the opposite, right? You were like ice. You were like
Yeah.
too far away. You're supposed to be in the range where you can hit them, but they can't hit you. I want you to see the clip. First see the clip, and then I will explain. Okay. Notice also how he's like next to a Soraka, like in the same lane as Soraka, and walking up and being aggressive without being scared, right? See, but
Yeah.
look at the spacing here. Okay, as soon as the W is being casted, look at the mouse position. Okay, you see it?
Yep.
You see how the W is being casted, but his mouse is already clicking behind?
Yep.
Look at the next auto attack. Click and look at when the Ash arrow starts coming out. Look at the mouse. See?
Yep.
You see the next auto. Arrow flying through the air, mouse behind Ash. Understood?
Yep.
And always max range, right? You don't have a shotgun, you don't do any more damage if you're closer. Compare this to your mouse here. Look at your mouse in display. Look at how it never moves back when you're casting abilities or auto attacks. So we have click on Kaisa, didn't click back. And now we begin clicking back. Look at how close she gets before the first click back.
Yeah.
That's wild, right? It's a fail in two aspects. It's mechanical fail, but also it's just wave management and
Macro.
recalls. Like you should have items and be full HP there.
Yeah, and Kaisa shouldn't have been allowed to play the game at that point.
You said you wanted to push, but you're not pushing. You're going to a ping war. So this is a crucial mistake. Lack of tempo. You should be hard pushing because the enemy wants to recall and lose low HP. And instead, you're going to a ward to lose tempo when Shaco could have taken this ward without you. You should be hitting the wave here. This is such a crucial mistake.
And I could have probably shoved that wave and then came to drag if I was already down there.
Oh my god, it's so bad that you're hitting. I can't describe how bad it is that you're hitting this dragon. Like, this is so bad. You should be hard pushing the wave, never going to the river, and after you crush the wave under tower, then you move to the dragon. Like, the Kaisa is so unpunished here. She was 1 HP recalling on a frozen wave on your side, and instead you break the freeze, and then you didn't even push, and then you just go to a Drake. It's really bad. This was awful. I know she catches all the minions, she didn't lose anything. Okay, you can push this one, and minute 10 is gonna be canon, so you're chilling. Okay, we recall now. We recall. This was such a good recall timer. See, you're missing so many recall timers that would be so free. There's no reason to stay here. You had such a good window.
We got EP, so I'm not too worried about it. Oh my god, the fuck I missed that. Healed myself.
Very similar to a previous play. You're just staying with like a gazillion HP, I mean gold, and that's you should recall sooner, okay? You have almost 3k gold you had there. Come on. You need to learn to recall, okay? There are so many windows you have for free, use them. It makes you be stronger than the enemy. You're not stronger until you recall.
And here I should be backing as well, probably.
No,
or do
no,
I
no,
take
this is fine, this is fine, this is fine.
Okay.
But you have Ron behind you though. You don't see him?
Oh, I think I did.